Hear me now?
Yeah, Stan, you've got some really bad feedback. Are you using your computer again or your phone?
He just muted himself again. Stan's logged on twice, so I think he's using his phone and his computer, and he's probably on his computer. That's where the feedback comes in.
Right.
So Stan, if you can hear us, you're going to work okay. You got to unmute your phone, turn the audio down on your computer, and hit the video on your both of them, or on your phone. There's his video. Now unmute your audio on your phone. Yep, just lost his video.
No, he's there.
I've got Stan on my screen,
Yes, there he is.
but he's not.
Yeah, his audio.
Audio sounds off.
Versions the
Jamie?
meeting was to mount the anchor.
Jamie, as host, can't you
Okay.
unmute?
Stan, be sure to keep your computer on mute, but use your phone for the audio. That's where we're getting feedback.
It's not working.
You got to unmute your phone.
No sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. Good.
Okay, good. All right.
So Craig, Bruce is not going to be here.
He sent an email. I thought he sent it to everybody, but he said he was not going to be here.
That's what I just said. He's not going to be here.
Correct.
So I was going to follow up with, we do have a quorum, and
Yes.
it's 3:30 if you'd like to begin.
Okay. I would call this December 1st meeting of the General Unlimited Sign Erectors Board meeting to order. I've got 3:31 p.m. I see Stan's here, Chuck's here, Steve's here, I'm here, so we have a quorum. I can't hear our applicant. I see him, see them.
He hasn't said anything. Do you want to ask him a question? Woody, are you there?
Yes.
He's right there.
Okay. Do you go by John also?
No, it's John Taylor. He is here as well. He just had to get up and answer the phone real quick. He's
Okay.
next to me.
Because his name is on the application.
Yes, he will be the one that will be on the sign. Right back. He just took a phone call. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Hi, Tony.
Hello. Woody, can I ask your affiliation, please?
I am the designer and project manager here at Quality Signs. I've been here for almost 15 years.
You're the manager?
I'm a designer and senior project manager, yes.
Thank you.
Woody, your audio is kind of off. Can you turn up your volume or maybe get closer?
Hold on a second. Make sure it's all the way up. Speaker's all the way up. Here's
It's better when you get closer.
Sorry about that. I had to grab a phone real quick.
this is
Okay, so I'm about to start this. So I have before me the application of John Taylor, 7
Bustetter. Yes.
Bustetter
Yes.
Drive, Florence, Kentucky. Born 3/23/63. For general sign erector. And let me ask you to, before we start this, to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please say I do.
I do.
Thank you. Okay. Says here that you've been working there since 1983, which certainly qualifies you for the 5-year employment phase. So we can quit with that. I personally have looked at your website. Have the rest of the board members checked that out?
Yes, I've looked at the website.
Steve?
Yeah, I've got a couple questions. I've also looked at the website.
Okay. Chuck?
Okay.
Chuck, have you looked at the website?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Okay, Steve, why don't you ask your questions?
Thank you, Chairman. John, you are the applicant on this license application. Want to make sure you're clear on that this license is for you and not for quality signs. Are you clear on that?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're gonna confirm your experience, not the experience of quality signs.
Correct.
Okay. So let me get to your website real quick. I have a couple. So I'm looking at some of the pylon signs that are on your website. So you started in '83. I assume that you had involvement in every one of these pylon signs that are on the website.
Pretty much so, yes.
Tell me what are some of the things you did to help the signs in.
Virtually every sign I've done from ground up, whether it be a monument sign or a high rise, from the footer excavation to the steel setting to the welding to the actual install and wiring.
Okay. So I assume that you're studied in wind load and excavation and the likes of that when you design the signs.
I'm not a designer, sir. I'm an actual installer. I do some fabrication.
Okay. What kind of fabrication have you done on any of these pylon signs?
A lot of them we built from scratch back in the day. Now most of our stuff's subbed out.
Okay.
Before we built skeleton type signs, they were all built out of angle iron, wrapped sheet metal, and then wire with your ballast and everything else. But in later days, everything pretty much is shipped out.
Yeah. So your experience, your time experience, how many years do you think you have in building signs in the shop?
I did that probably off and on for probably the first 10 years.
Okay. Okay. And if in the days back then, I assume you worked with neon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually didn't do any bending or anything of that nature. I did a lot of wiring.
Okay. What does UL 2161 mean to you?
Sir, that's not in my description there. You know, I know everything we have is UL. Back when we first started fabricating, we were not a UL listed sign company.
Okay.
This day, we are not UL listed because we don't do the fabrication anymore.
Right. Okay. So what about permitting? Do you have any experience in permitting and reading zoning code?
Actually, that's all done in office. I mean, I'm familiar with all blueprints and stuff like that. I can do it, but I do not do it. I'm strictly out in the field.
Okay. So no experience in zoning and permitting. Let's talk a little bit about wall signs. You fabricated any wall signs?
Yes, sir. Back in the day, yes.
Okay. So you guys don't do any fabrication at the shop anymore?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you still installing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you, does Kentucky require channel letters, LED secondary to be grounded?
In Kentucky, they do not. Ohio
Okay.
does.
Ohio what?
Ohio does.
They do?
Well, we ground every one that we put up.
Okay. What about Indiana?
I'm not sure about them, sir, to be quite honest with you.
Okay. All right. Chairman, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, Stan, any questions?
Just a couple. You pour your own foundation, set your own steel in, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You pour your own foundations and set your steel, correct?
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay, okay. What do you do for your high-rise signs? Do you get those engineered, or do you have an in-house engineering staff, or do you get all that engineered?
No, sir, we get all that engineered.
Okay. And you're all crane certified and everything?
Yes, sir, I'm certified in crane and rigging.
What's the highest high-rise sign you've installed from steel up to the top of the cabinet?
Basically 100 feet. I've done a lot of them. I've really, I've done a couple 130 footers, but that's been a long time ago. There's not much call for high rises anymore.
All right.
Okay. Is most of your work now service then and install, or is it more just service?
No, we're probably 50-50.
Are you? Okay. And you can weld also, I see on your application where you're a welder?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What all do you weld?
I'm basically just steel. I weld a little bit of aluminum, but that's very rarely. I can TIG and I can stick. Or not TIG,
Okay.
I can MIG and stick. I can't TIG anymore. I can't see good enough.
Okay. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Chuck?
I think they've covered it pretty well.
Okay, I've got one for you. On your website, you've got a whole page on McSwain carpets.
Okay.
What was your role, and by your I mean your specific role in that sign?
I'm not sure what we got on our page on McSwain.
Can't hear you.
Be specifically sure which one is on there.
Yeah, I mean, we've probably done 50 of them.
It's a V shape, sort of looking like a semi-high rise.
Oh, the message center one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fabricated all that steel. Everything was engineered, outsourced on the engineering. We fabricated all that steel. We put that on an existing pole that was there, and wired it all.
Okay, and how tall is that puppy?
That sign is roughly, it's probably only about 50 feet.
Okay. Anybody else have any further questions?
I just got a couple, Mr. Chairman.
Go.
John, on that McSwain sign, how did you know that that would support that sign?
The foundation or the steel itself?
The foundation and the steel. What did you?
McSwain actually had records of the original foundation that was put in there. And then same way with the steel that was there. We used the base sectional pole on that, and then we stubbed up out of that.
So you had a signed permit so that you could go back
Yes.
and confirm the foundation. Okay.
Yes.
The other question I wanted to ask is, so you're asking for a Columbus sign license. Out of curiosity, what's bringing you to Columbus?
Well, basically our customers, not only the sign that we need a license for the graduate, actually Gilligan Oil is going to be doing a lot of Dunkin' Donuts up in your area next year.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they've asked us, we do all their work in this area, and they've asked us if we would come up there and do them. And I told them that's, I'd be happy to.
Okay, I understand. Got you. We asked because sometimes the licensees aren't up here for much more than a sign or two, and sometimes they're not always experienced, and it doesn't make economical sense for them to come to Columbus for one or two signs.
Oh yeah,
when the sign code will allow you to install if you're doing it under Erectors license.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I was hesitant about coming up to that area, but like I said, we've been doing their work for years, and they're talking about doing like 13 Dunkin' Donuts up in the Columbus area and some Popeyes chicken. And they're a large player in the Cincinnati market here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
I'd like to go back to the McSwain for a moment, and
Sure.
What was your direct involvement in that sign? You personally?
At that time, I did a lot of the welding. I actually oversaw the installation process of the message centers onto the steel, and then we erected everything in the air from there. It was built on the ground and then set in, and I was there for all that.
Great, thank you. If nobody else has any questions, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to accept John for a general sign erector's license.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the application of John Taylor out of Florence, Kentucky. Stan?
Yes.
Chuck?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
The chair votes yes. You have your license.
Thank you very much.
There you go, John.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Anybody got anything else?
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Take care, you too.
On a technicality, we might want to accept the minutes from the November meeting or October meeting.
Okay. Has everybody seen?
I send them.
Didn't we have a deal with the minutes last time?
What I do with
Oh,
them?
we did.
My recollection is that there was some glitch with the minutes.
From the month before. Let me see if I can find my notes.
Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remotely.
It was good.
Remote. Yeah.
Jeff stole my original desk location, so now I don't know where my stuff is. Hang on.
Okay. We had a Zoom Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we did too.
My mother-in-law lives in Sugar Grove, and her younger daughter came in from Louisiana, and so we went down there. And then there's a brother who lives in Texas and another brother who lives in California, so they joined us remotely.
Very nice.
I think I've told you guys this story before, but my girlfriend Amy, both of her brothers are Columbus Police Department police officers. And when we first moved into our house 7 years ago, they stopped in, and they both had that was their precinct. So they stopped in and invited another buddy that was working on Thursday. And this was, again, 7 years ago. So we had 3 police cruisers outside of my house. And, I just moved in. So I got a text from my neighbor who I just met, earlier that week going, "Hey, is everything okay over there? I know you're new to the neighborhood, but I had to reassure them that, they're family, don't worry about it." So we did it on Saturday just because we were going to be out of town. And they came Saturday, and I kept looking at my phone hoping to get a text from somebody, but I guess they're just used to seeing cop cars at my house, which is a good thing, kind of a deterrent.
The only problem with that, Jamie, is what's going to happen when you really need him.
Well, I've called Dan, Amy's brother, and he's like, "I'll get someone there in a minute." And the only time I ever needed him was I had a house just south of Main Street, which is pretty rough still. And a buddy of mine was trying to rehab it, and we went in there one time, and the door was kicked in, and there's some stuff scattered around. I didn't know if there was somebody still there or not. So I called Dan, and he had 2 guys there within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I won't. I got a dog in the front window of my house barking every day, so I don't think I'm worried about my place.
How big is the dog?
It's small, but the bite's pretty big. He's 30 pounds.
Small but loud.
Yeah.
Where do you live now, Jamie?
Well, I'm your neighbor, Chuck. You know that. I live just east of you on Bryden.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Stop in sometime.
Well, you say that every time on the door. Cricket.
My doorbell doesn't work.
I
need
figured.
an electrician to help out.
Well, actually, I have kind of an interesting graphic story while Tony's looking at the notes. I got an email from Dave Perry, who most of you guys know is he's a frequent flyer in the zoning office here, and he did a rezoning at the intersection of Morse and Sunbury, the northwest corner, rezoned it from rural to commercial to allow for an apartment or a hotel. And what's going in is a dual-use hotel. Oh, Jesus, let me look it up real quick. It's like a Comfort Suites and a Holiday Inn Express, who are owned by the same parent company. And it's going to be an L-shaped building with each facade having frontage, one directed to Morse Road, one directed to Sunbury. So as you guys who have perused the code know, you're allowed to have a wall sign directed to a public front. If you have a public entrance, you're allowed to direct a sign to that street frontage. So he's got 2 public entrances, which qualifies him for 2 wall signs. Now, as Steve knows, there is a bit of a loophole that says if you want to name that building, you can have that sign be as high as you want. It's not relegated to the first or second floor. So Mr. Perry thought, well, we have 2 uses, frontages, can we give it 2 names? So after a little bit of debate here in the office, we decided, no, you can only name 1 building, 1 name, despite having 2 separate uses under the same roof. So that will become a craft commission probably in a month. So I thought that was an interesting quandary that we'd not looked at before.
Right. Huh.
Did they ever have a zoning or graphics meeting about the Caterpillar sign yet?
Yeah, I believe that's coming in December 15th. This is the Graphics Commission meeting in December.
Where will that meeting be? Is it,
Where will it be?
what, virtual?
Yeah, virtual, just like this.
Okay.
Want an invitation?
Yep.
All right. Looks like you got on this meeting without your daughter, so hopefully you don't need her for the next one.
Yeah. Well, she's got better things to do. She's
Well, I
got to
just sent out
do.
the invite, so I'll add your name to it as well.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Tony, any luck?
Tony's muted.
It's so funny when you say I'm muted. I'm like, oh, hang on, sorry. Like you heard me say, hang on, sorry.
Read your lips.
I have my notes from last month and I didn't make any. So what did we, do you have notes, Craig? Like what we changed? Maybe it was the month before.
The only thing I remember from November was we tabled the application of John till now.
Right.
That was pretty much
And
That was it.
the whole deal.
he was tabled because he didn't show up.
Kind of.
Right.
That's right.
Did you get the minutes? Did I give you guys the minutes from last month?
I
didn't get any.
No, because the last time they were blank, there were no minutes because we didn't have the meeting.
Well, I did make minutes. I did minutes because we did come to order. So I did. Hang on a second. I thought I sent them out.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the agenda. I'm thinking.
Yeah. No, there's not.
Yeah.
Jamie, do you have trouble? Like, I just get a black screen sometimes when I try to go into my virtual desktop. It's just a black screen.
Yeah, there's been a couple. I'm, as you know, in the office, so I'm fine. But there was a couple emails from the tech desk saying that there's intermittent outage. So.
And you're really fuzzy right now too.
It's really slow, and if you can't find it, maybe you can just email it to us later and.
Yeah, I will.
Vote on next one if we have a meeting.
I'll
yeah,
send
we
them
can
out.
do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Stan, how's your wife doing?
She's doing pretty good. She goes for a scan on Thursday. She's done with her chemo, so hopefully the chemo's done its job.
Good.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Be praying for her.
Thank you.
My recollection.
How are you getting around, Chuck? Pretty good? Are you getting around pretty good, Chuck?
Yeah, not too bad for an old fart.
Good, good, good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'm doing better than I had the last couple of years. Had a couple of rough years there, 2 broken hips and a new knee. So I'm starting to feel a little better.
Chuck, the $6 million man.
Did you say 2 hips and 3 knees?
No, not that bad.
Oh, shoot.
Well,
Mr. Chairman, if you want, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Sounds like a winner.
Okay.
Well, happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. All the best to each and every one of you.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank
Stay
you.
well. Stay well.
See you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Feel like
Bye,
Don
Craig.
Faberi.
Merry Christmas.